Similar to number 24 on the review, it says find the vertical, horizontal, and slant asymptotes, or state that they do not exist. Show all steps. We're going to start off with the vertical asymptotes, which I abbreviate VA. To solve for the vertical asymptotes, what you do is you set the denominator equal to 0. So in this case, that would be x minus 5 equal to 0. And all you'll need to do is add the 5 over, and x equals 5 would be your vertical asymptote. For the horizontal asymptote, we need to look at the leading coefficients and the powers of x. If there is a missing power that's not on either the top or bottom, then we'll put a placeholder where the power should be. As we see here, the bottom doesn't have an x squared. So to make sure that they both have the same x squared, we'll put a placeholder 0 term in its place down underneath. And once they have the same highest powers on top and bottom, then we can divide their leading coefficients. So the horizontal asymptote would be y equals 1 divided by 0. But we can't divide by 0 because that's undefined. So the calculation doesn't work, which tells us that there is no horizontal asymptote in this situation here. Now the last kind, the slant asymptote, only happen when the power on top is 1 more. In our case, that's the situation. The power on top is a 2 versus the 1 underneath. So we have a slant asymptote. What we do is we divide numerator by denominator. And in this case, we're going to be able to use synthetic division in order to make that nice and easy. So what I'm going to do is take what I'm dividing by, the x minus 5, from underneath, set that to 0, solve for x, and we'll get 5. That becomes the divisor for synthetic division, dividing into the numbers on top, the 1, the 2, and the negative 3. Okay, and we do the synthetic division. Drop down the 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 times 7 is 35. And add that together, and we have a 32. Now this is our remainder here at the end. And these two numbers here represent the quotient. The slant asymptote is y equals the quotient from our synthetic division. So the quotient looks like 1x plus a 7. So the quotient tells us our slant asymptote is x plus 7.